Hey, what's up guys? It's Ralph with Pondscapes, and we are out in Peoria, Arizona on this beautiful day, and we're going to be converting an old fountain feature into a pondless waterfall right here. Join with me is Nick and Colin Lyles, also known as Colin Lyles. So what we are going to do is get rid of this old basin. They actually had a cluster of basalt columns in this location, and some challenges, weren't really completely satisfied with the feature itself, and also some maintenance issues. Turning colors, they had some rocks that actually stained the water and stained the basalt columns themselves. So they love the idea of a pondless waterfall, something that's going to be maintenance friendly for a situation that exists around us. We've got some desert trees that have tiny little leaves and high litter load. So what we are going to do is create this pondless waterfall in a manner to make it very maintenance friendly. Okay guys, step one on this particular project is to locate irrigation lines and low voltage lighting lines and water supply for the old feature. So this did have a little spotlight on it. We are going to integrate 4 more exterior path lights. Also reintegrate the automatic fill system. So it comes in behind the feature currently. We're going to locate that over here. This is where the pump is going to be located in a pump vault along with aqua blocks. The stream is loosely going to start right over here next to Colin, come towards us, and then make approximately a 45-degree turn and go this way. We're going to encroach into the synthetic turf. So what we've got to do is pull up this metal edging, fold the turf back, and install the heart of the system, our aqua blocks, pump vault, and liner in this vicinity. And then when we're all done, we're gonna fold it back and scribe around that cut around it. Now, one thing that's happening in the future with this turf, they're gonna replace it completely. So we don't have to be exactly surgical with our cuts around the rock work when it's all finished, but we're gonna be really close to make sure it looks nice until the new turf comes in. Now, previously, the electrical outlet was located right here. We had them relocate right over there. And what we're doing is figuring out where these poly irrigation lines run to. And the last thing we want to do is have those irrigation lines under several tons of dirt and gravel and boulders. So what we're going to do is we're going to install a sleeve that goes right along the backside of that wall and re-thread that poly water supply line through that. So if that ever needs to be maintained, they can open it up there and then pull that through and replace with or make a repair if needed. Okay guys, that is what a clean excavation looks like. This is what we are going for. So you can obviously still see the nastiness on the sides. That will be well protected. So we overdug to all the way around. So when we put our fabric and liner in there, we're gonna fold it up and then backfill with more of that clean stuff. So our material will never come in contact with any of that nasty stuff. And there you go guys, we've got the liner fabric, aqua blocks and pump vault installed. We're nice and tight. We really compacted all around those edges. So those nasty cuts that had a lot of jagged nastiness in there, it's all well protected with several inches of quarter minus between the liner and the earth. So now we rock. We just got our aqua blocks and pump vault all installed and starting to set the framework for the last drop or the first drop in this situation because we're working backwards. So this is going to be an erosion fall or a pinch point. And what we're going to do is have the last drop. We're going to have a really thick horsetail of water coming right through these two framers. So they both kind of dive down, which I like working with, and they're low enough profile to help us work with this final elevation, because once we roll that turf back over, that turf is going to be about right up to here, not on the front side of the boulders, but over here on that back side. So these are going to really look like they're cut down into the ground. And what I like about this, we're going to have a drop coming from behind me, but before that happens, we've got to make up all this work, but we're going to have that drop come right in. This is going to be a heavy flow of water, and then outside of that we'll ramp the soil under the liner, and then kind of doing like a radius arc, we'll have just a wash, like a cobble beachy kind of settle slope down into the end of the feature. So what that helps do, it breaks up the rock. It'll be, you know, that cobble wash area, but it also keeps a low profile visual at the very front of the feature. So from a seated position under the patio, you can look out and you'll be able to see this last drop, even though from the top of the aqua blocks right here to the top of the grade, it's a 4-inch elevation difference. When this grass is rolled out, this grass looks like it's about 2 inches tall. So this is going to have the appearance to be recessed about 6 inches. So having that subtle slope looking from the viewing area, it'll allow you to have an uninterrupted view of that final drop. Okay, really great progress yesterday. The basin wasn't even installed. We had to finish jackhammering out for the pump vault. Once we got that established, then we shaded it, the bottom of the excavation with our quarter minus, and was able to put the guts in and start our rock work. So at the very bottom here, we've got two boulders pressed together. It's kind of a pinch point or erosion style fall. That water's gonna run through this point, and it's gonna be really thick and it'll go high. And that's where it'll drop off and go into our aqua blocks. Coming up behind that, we're gonna have streaming right in here, and we've got some little accent pieces to push water around. So right here is our weir stone. So a weir stone is the stone that creates that waterfall drop or the cascade. So we got a framer here, a frame rock here, and what's gonna happen is that water's gonna come down. And what I like about this has this little shoulder that's on the rock. So I was looking at using this two different ways, turning it with the top running out. This could have been a framer acting as a weir stone as well, but it didn't work that way. So water's gonna cascade off and then bounce off of this rock. So we're gonna have some cool action coming off of that and come through here and stream and go down. So what we've got to work on now is finishing up. We've got one more waterfall drop to do behind us. And while I'm kind of sorting out the rocks for that, the guys are over here working on running the PVC line for the auto leveler into the pump vault. And then we've got to run our 2-inch line from our pump up to the top so we can finish off the rock work right over here. All right, guys, getting exciting. We're gonna take a break for lunch. I just did a little bit of foaming up there, so we wanna let it set up so we can give the feature a test run. And what we've got to basically do is come over here to the left side and button up, do a couple rock work pieces over here, and then slope out some more quarter minus, and then do our cobble wash in the front here, and some lights and cleanup, and then it's party time. Nice beads, bruh.
Hey, you're welcome, bruh.
All right, guys, and that is a wrap. We got this thing all tidied up and flowing, and I just love the way it came out. I just love the way it turned out. Fits this backyard perfectly. The scale is just perfect. And the best part of all, we've got ecstatic homeowners. So they're very excited to get to work to start planting around and doing some cool succulents around the outside edges of the pond, and especially to see it at nighttime. So we've got these beautiful path lights that are matching the rest of the landscape, and they will add a beautiful glow to this environment. Not only cascading light into the feature and glistening the light off of the water, but also casting shadows across, illuminating the vegetation. So a multi-purpose light with that 360 degree. I just really love illuminating a small feature with these types of path lights.
All right, now that we're all done out front, we're done with the cleaning, the sweeping, everything is put away. Now we can get a final look at this waterfall.
It's beautiful, man.
Oh man, this thing turned out amazing, especially now that the turf is all cut around it.
Yeah.
Looks like it was put right in place.
Nature put it together.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, after all these big water features that we've been doing, that pond back in January, and the waterfall that we did in Texas just last month, how are you feeling about doing something a little more on the residential side, more realistic on a day-to-day basis?
It's nice. It's definitely a lot more, it's simpler, obviously. I love the way the water flows and off the rocks, especially that one. And how, like the turf, like you said, the turf brings it all together with the tones of the colors. You've been doing this a while. What's your favorite part about this simplicity of the smaller sided projects?
Personally, I just love how everything ties together, the way it fits a space in a yard. You know, you get a beautiful view from everywhere inside of the house, from the kitchen, the living room. And more specifically, we never do something that looks exactly the same. I love how unique every single one of these is. And I love seeing how you can, you know, take one rock and change the way that something looks.
It does fit the space well. I love it, especially with all the cactuses around.
I agree. I'm definitely excited for them to see this in the nighttime too, because when you have these lights on the side of it, it just really lights the entire thing up. It's gorgeous. So I want to tell you, you did an awesome job. You've been killing it. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your help, and thanks to Ralph.
Yeah, thanks, Ralph.
Your help.
Yeah. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around and watching us create this beautiful little pondless waterfall out in this backyard in Peoria, Arizona. If you want something like this in your backyard, you know what to do. Give us a call. You can contact us through multiple sources. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.